Hello boys and girls, moms, dads, friends, family, how are you all today? I hope you guys are all well and staying safe and staying indoors. My name's Julian. As a lot of you guys know, I'm from Wild Ones Educational Animal Shows. Today I'm going to be doing a talk on hedgehogs and tenrecs. So I'm going to be teaching you guys the difference between the two that I do have, and then you guys will know that a tenrec isn't a hedgehog and vice versa. Okay, so what I'm going to do, boys and girls, I'm going to start off with the hedgehogs. Okay, over here I've got, it's what you call the African pygmy hedgehog. And this one is a salt and pepper hedgehog. Okay, so that's what the salt and pepper hedgehog looks like. Very, very cute little guys. Now, did you know with your hedgehogs, they are nocturnal, same as we mentioned with the chinchillas in one of my previous videos. So these guys are very, very active during the night. In the day, they sleep the whole day. Now, these types of animals, they're not very social animals. They don't really like people. They don't really like to be held. They're not very loving animals. So, yes, they can make great pets, but at the same time, if you're looking for something that you can love and give a lot of attention, a hedgehog isn't the best pet for that type of thing. All right, so hedgehogs, like I say, they're very unsocial animals. They don't really, it's not really a pet that's going to love you and give you a lot of affection. Okay, and also with these guys, they're very solitary. They like to live on their own. So coming to your hedgehogs, they're not like your bunnies and chinchillas and that type of thing that need to have friends. With them, they're very, very unsocial, and at the same time, they are solitary animals, so they don't really have to have friends or partners. Okay, so with your hedgehogs, your average lifespan is about 7 years. I've known people that have had them anything up to about 10 years. That's in captivity, obviously. In the wild, your hedgehogs don't live that long. So on average, about 7 years is your captivity. Now with your hedgehogs, they are insectivores, meaning, boys and girls, that they like to eat insects. So what happens is they get the name hedgehog because they'll go and they'll roam through hedges, and then they eat all the bugs and the insects and that type of thing, from the hedges. So that's what they enjoy doing. And with these guys, busy chewing my bracelet. So with your hedgehogs, like I say, they're insectivores. They love to eat insects. At the same time, if ever you want a pet hedgehog, or you do have a pet hedgehog, you would know that they also like to eat odds and ends. They enjoy eating fruit, vegetables. They enjoy eating boiled eggs as well. Most important thing with different foods that you try for them, or different treats and snacks, is not to overdo it. Rather give small amounts so you don't upset their tummy. They've got a very, very fast they've got a very, very fast metabolism. So what happens is whatever they eat, it goes through them very, very quickly. So their metabolism is extremely fast, like I say. Okay, so boys and girls, your hedgehogs, like I say, they're very, very active at night. So if you're planning on having a good night's sleep, it's not advisable to get these guys because they can keep you awake at night. Okay, as cute as they are, they're amazing. Now with your hedgehogs, they have on average anything from about 5 to about 8 babies. That's on average. They can have less, they can have slightly more, but that's on average. Okay, so they do have between 5 to about 8 babies. Okay. And with these guys, they in captivity as a pet, what happens is you'll need to get quite a big enclosure for them. Okay, taking into consideration in the day they're not very active. Okay, but at night they're extremely active. So preferably get a nice wheel, something that's not going to hurt their feet. Okay, and at the same time, as a diet, you've got to feed them a staple diet of kitten food. Okay, that's normally what I feed mine. So I keep them on a kitten food staple diet, and then as treats, I would give them dry mealworms, superworms, live crickets, that type of thing, and that's what they enjoy to eat. But I prefer to keep it as a treat, because what happens if you're going to feed them only on a staple diet of insects like they have in nature, it's going to cost you a lot of money. As we all know, buying insects from pet stores and breeders and that type of thing really does cost a lot of money. So it's best to keep them on a staple diet of kitten food, and then you give them their treats. You can give them boiled egg as treats and that as well, but fruit and veg, only give them small portions. Like I said just now, it can upset their tummies. Okay, so I'm going to show you my albino one quickly. Okay, so coming to your hedgehogs, the difference between a hedgehog and a tenrec is the fact that your hedgehogs, their quills are a lot bigger and a lot more spikier than what your tenrecs are. So your tenrecs don't have the very big quills like your hedgehogs do, okay? And your tenrecs have smaller features. Their ears are smaller, their eyes are smaller. They've got a very, very pointy nose as well, so their features are very different. As you can see with this albino hedgehog, very, very unfriendly today, doesn't really want to know me, okay? As cute as they are, as you can see, busy peeping now, okay? Quite amazing. And they like to huff and puff, and that's what they normally use as a defense mechanism in the wild. So they would huff and they would hiss and they would puff to chase away a lot of predators. So there you go, that's the albino. Beautiful, hey? Beautiful little guy. All right. So as you can see, pink eyes, white quills, or spikes as we like to call them, big boys and girls. There you go. So like I say, they do make amazing pets. Okay, the only thing is they're not very loving and affectionate pets like dogs and cats are and other types of animals. All right, so that's the albino. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to take out the tenrec. Show you guys the difference between a tenrec and a hedgehog. Okay, this is a little tenrec over here. So as I mentioned just now, very, very small little eyes, pointy nose, smaller quills. You can see the quills are very, very small. See there? So their features are very small. These guys are also a lot smaller. I mean, this is a fully grown female, and she's quite a bit smaller than the hedgehog. So this is fully grown. They don't get bigger. Okay, now with your tenrecs and your hedgehogs, in the winter time, they normally go into what we call brumation. So that's a short term for, it's not quite hibernation, but it's brumation. So they like to go into a sleep during the winter time, all right? And what happens is they still will eat every now and then, and they are slightly active, okay? Especially your hedgehogs, more than your tenrecs. Your tenrecs do actually hibernate, okay? And what happens is these guys, they slow down everything in their body, their heart rate, everything, in order to hibernate. So they sleep about 3 months to 4 months at a time. And they've got to make sure that they've eaten enough food before they go into that hibernation. Very, very important, because otherwise, sometimes a lot of them, if they're very weak, they don't always wake up from the hibernation. So there you go. That's what the little tenrec looks like. Beautiful little creatures. Okay, they both make amazing pets. I can't say one is better than the other, and they're both nocturnal, so they do both sleep at during the day, and then at night time they're very active. So they're both pretty much the same, except for, like I say, the facts that their quills are very different, their features are very different, and at the same time, your tenrecs actually fall more under the elephant family, believe it or not, or your shrew family. And these guys, they eat the same food as what a hedgehog does, so they're also insectivores. They like to forage on insects in nature. That's what they do. With him, it's the same as I mentioned with the hedgehogs. I mean, with her, the same thing I mentioned with the hedgehogs. They do like to eat insects and that, but at the same time, you've got to keep them on a staple diet of kitten food. Okay, so your insects you would give as a treat. Okay, so being part of the mammal family, like I have discussed with a chinchilla in one of my previous videos, all right, so they're all warm-blooded, okay, they do have a spine, and they do have live young. Their young would suckle off them for, on average, between 4 to about 6 or 7 weeks, Okay, so there you go. So that's the difference with your Tenrecs. Your Tenrecs are actually part of a different family compared to your Hedgehogs. All right, so they're not actually part of the same family. A lot of people do confuse them, but yet they are part of a different family. All right, so there you go. I hope you big boys and girls all enjoyed that. Have another close-up. There you go. Okay, all right, so big boys and girls, I just want to thank you so much today for enjoying the show on the Tenrecs and the Hedgehogs. Please, boys and girls, remember with any of your pets that you have, you must give fresh water and food every day. Okay, it's very, very important. At the same time, you've got to give your pets a lot of love and a lot of attention. Okay, in this case with the Hedgehogs and the Tenrecs, like I mentioned, they're not very lovable and affectionate pets, but it's still good to take them out and handle them. Now, please remember to always wash your hands after you've been touching your pets. And please also remember now, during this pandemic that we're having, please stay indoors, be safe. This is why I'm sending out these videos to you big boys and girls, to encourage you to stay indoors. I hope you guys have all enjoyed the video today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Bye-bye.